Guys, sales have been slow all year. However, now inventory levels are starting to dwindle. What does that mean for us going forward? On this month's episode, I'm going to break it all down. Here we go. Before we jump into that, I want to show you guys where we are today. So over the last 30 days, we saw just over 2,200 homes actually come on the market. This is the first month this whole year that we saw almost the equivalent in actual closed sales. So we saw 2,047 closed sales. So about a 10% spread there. Throughout the year, we were seeing 20-30% spreads there. So we saw that inventory level really outpacing closed sales. Over the last 3 months, we started to see more homes go off the market than actual new listings come on the market. I talked about this last month. When you look at the pending sales, so that's homes that actually went into contract, we had 1,655. But the big difference is the expired listing. We had over 1,000 homes actually expire. This has been consistent over these last 6-7 months. So significantly more homes have been coming off the market than actual new listings coming on. So that is starting to be a trend that'll most likely point us to either value staying the same or maybe going up. So as everybody knows, right, inventory and demand set pricing. That's all it is. Right. And we saw, by looking at this graph here, you guys will see that we saw kind of February, March, April, May be kind of those peak months where we saw inventory really go up. A lot of homes are coming on the market. We saw relatively flat sales. Sure enough, over these last 2 months, we started to see inventory significantly drop. Down almost 25% in this graph. And that is trending in that direction. So we're probably going to continue to see that until we find some type of equilibrium, right? Where the buyer demand, which has been very consistent if you look at the graph, kind of meets up with inventory. And that should cause, one, prices to continue to go up, or two, at least things will stay equal. Now, how can I say prices going up? Everyone's thinking, oh, prices have to be coming down. Actually, when you look at San Diego County, we actually saw prices come up about 1.1% this year. I'd say that's probably even, and that really depends where you are. Some markets, coastal Carlsbad, it's seen a good amount of appreciation. Coastal Oceanside, a good amount of appreciation. A little more inland, Escondido, Ramona, really inland, we've seen values start to decrease a little bit. So it really depends where you are. But if you take the county in as a whole, we're up 1.1%. Now, what we're seeing and expecting is that this buyer demand will continue to come in. What I'm seeing is more demand than actually people leaving. That's a misconception. I always hear people are moving out of California. Well, not out of San Diego. And this graph actually shows that. If you look at, Redfin does a great job tracking this, and they have a really phenomenal website for searching for homes. And sure enough, they show that we're at about 4.8 times the amount of people searching for homes in San Diego than San Diegans looking for homes outside of San Diego, right? So these are other markets that want to move here. Sure enough, people moving out of California, not necessarily. People are moving down south in California. We're seeing a lot of people from LA and the Bay Area move down to San Diego for maybe affordability, but definitely lifestyle, weather. I mean, there's just so many great things for the people that are already in California just to relocate down south, and we're seeing that heavily. The other thing that's really going to drive our market, at least what I'm predicting is going to drive our market, is obviously interest rates. I've talked about this on numerous episodes, guys. We have to watch interest rates. That's going to help us with the buyer demand that we have. Well, sure enough, Fed meeting coming up at the end of October, we should see interest rates cut another 0.25%. So actually be down below the 4% mark. That's great. That's what we need. That should equate to mortgage rates being somewhere around the 6% range, right? Making it a lot more affordable than the 7.5 range that we were seeing, at the beginning of this year. So buyer demand, people wanting to live here, people relocating here from other parts of the country and California. And then plus lower interest rates should kickstart more buyer transactions with this lower inventory level. That tells me that San Diego is gonna be that safe place to invest and see values at least stay equal, if not start to creep up here at the end of the year and then definitely into next year. All right, guys, you know how I like to end every episode. Here is my buyer and seller advice for the month of October. On this one, I'm gonna start off with my sellers. Sellers, it's all about prepping. You gotta prep your home. We actually just had a perfect example is a client that we just closed on a sale for. When I sat down with them, we were looking at a sales price around $800,000. We were actually going to list at $799,000. We decided to go ahead, and the best route for him and his family, he just had a newborn, would be for him to move out of the property, go stay with family, so we could get into the property and paint it. It was like a yellow tan on the inside. We painted it white, replaced some carpet, did a few fixes here and there. Not a big renovation or anything, but just some cleanup. Made the place look great, and we staged the home. Sure enough, after we did all that, we took photos, and sure enough, we decided we needed to list for much more. We ended up listing it at $850,000. We ended up getting $865,000 on that property. So preparation is key. Take the time, hire a true pro like us that can come in, give you guys advice for what's gonna get you a return on investment, and let's get that place looking really good. For all my buyer clients out there, stay active through the holidays. We're heading in, towards the end of October now, and sure enough, a lot of buyers will start pulling out of the market because of the holidays. They just don't want to look right now. I got investor clients who get really active at this time of the year because they know there's opportunity, they know there are deals out there. So stay active, get pre-approved, be looking online, and then get with a true professional that's going to be able to get you out there and show you what a good deal looks like. That's all I got for you guys. As always, if you have any questions, drop us a DM, make a comment here. We will always respond, and we appreciate you guys watching. Take care.